Hey there, www.andrewmartinmusic.com. We're out filling up the hippie hot tub. There's a moon up there. Yeah, there's a new moon. I got a telescope. I'm gonna check it out once it gets bigger. I'm rebuilding the fire wood holder. It's seen better days. Entropy is a fact. Fighting entropy is also necessary. Hence my project. So this is Spiritual Gnosis number 7, and I'm calling this one Pigs and Swine with a question mark. So the Brahmin caste and the Rabbi caste view everybody else as inferior. The metaphor, pigs and swine. This has been ongoing for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Even in Egypt, we were known as the cattle of Ra. And yeah, it's just what it is. This is just how they view us. If you've sort of a controlling view of metaphysics and religion, this is how they go about doing it, and the result structurally is theocracy by their rule, and the ultimate outcome of this theocracy by their rule is in motion today, because the rabbi caste want to rule the earth through their theology out of Jerusalem. Doesn't matter that it's all premised on a false history, dubious metaphysics. This is what they want to do, and they've been at this for a long, long time. So they'll likely get their way to a certain degree. Now, there were at least two teachers throughout the aeons, and I'm using that term not as in the aeon Christ, but as a reference to time, who rejected this top-down structural view of spirituality, and that was the Buddha and Christ. Again, there may be more, but I'm just going to stick to these two figures right now. Both of them rejected and this is primary, this is foundational, they both rejected the foundational assertions of the Vedic writings and of the Torah. So they did not hold the writings in high esteem, and taught that a person, if they willed, on their own will, could attain a relationship with God without intermediaries. And of course, this was always problematic for the Brahmin rabbi caste, because they lose control over their dogs and pigs. So that's basically what it is. I mean, a modern view of it right now when it comes to economics is modern monetary theory and all the shenanigans surrounding that. And these elites, now these are not the Brahmins and the rabbis, but for the most part they're taking their cues from them. These people fully enjoy the benefits of modern monetary theory. In communist ideology, it would be the bourgeoisie, right? I mean, they're Trump and all his buddies. They're fully on board with modern monetary theory. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But it's for thee and not for thou. They can have it, but you can't. For you, it's deficit and austerity. And this is just an economic fact. I'm not going to get into, because it's just too much of an aside on a video about something else. I'm not going to get into a modern monetary theory, expose here, but I think it has some relevance. So that's basically what's going on as far as the idea of pigs and swine. Now, if you really want to have this explained in detail and the usage of this idea, go to the Anurag Sagar by Kabir, and this is espoused very, very clearly in that writing, without any kind of hesitation. They're quite open about this hierarchy and how it's viewed. And I say this not as a critique of that book, but as a book that clearly outlines that way of thinking. So, in my view, the truth of the matter is I align with the Christ and Buddha as far as this specific point goes, that anybody who has the desire to seek Purush, Satchitananda, otherwise known as God, bliss, agape, if one wills it, one can find it on their own without an intermediary. So that's my view on this. Don't be a pig, don't be a dog, Don't buy into their non-stop, endless bullshit. And, fight back spiritually, So that's, where are we at here? 7-Eleven, we're at 7-Eleven. Oh, that's a nice spiritual number. Around Agni, around the fire. Going to be soaking in that tub soon. The great gray cranes aren't flying over right now, but they always come over. Avatars of Ptah, the demiurge in Egypt. So, okay, so this is edgemarkmusic.com, and this is Spiritual Gnosis number 7, Pigs and Swine. Ciao.